Hello, and I know you guys are all expecting us to be live with our experts of the hospitality industry, and somehow Zoom is having a little bit of issue. I think it's because we were all using it nonstop right now to make everything work, make all of our business meetings happen. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to go right from my phone, and I'm going to show you the screen here. So I'm going to zoom in on them, but I'm going to let you know that this is an amazing group of people. They are our experts in the hospitality industry, and we're excited that you are joining this edition of Meeting with Extraordinary Minds. So let me get over to them so you can see them here. We'll kind of turn this. You see everybody? Pretty good. Let me click over and just double check. See, we're making it work. This is how you do it, right, guys?
Got that.
Especially in the hospitality industry. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to go ahead and start introducing everybody that we have. This group of individuals are definitely showcasing how they have pivoted and adapted to our, what I'm going to say as our new temporary normal, because I don't love saying that this is our new normal, because this is not anything anybody wants to be as actually the normal. So let me start by introducing Brown Bethune. He is someone that, a face that everyone is very well known in our area. He's a legend in the commercial real estate realm and owner of 44th and King. So, hey, how you doing, Brown?
Good. How about y'all?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Next, we have Chef Jamie Descalis. She's chef and owner of Johnny D's Waffles and Bakery. She was actually named 2020 Chef Ambassador for South Carolina. So we're super excited to have you here. Welcome, Chef. Following that is Andy Kemp. He's one of the owners and of the family-ran business A&A Produce here in Myrtle Beach for over 17 years. He's got deep roots in the Horry County and in the hospitality industry. Hey, Andy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. And last but not least, we have two more joining us, is Diane Cherno, from the Director of Marketing from the Myrtle Beach Area Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. And her focus is marketing and helping the Convention Visitor Bureau side and helping our hospitality partners attracting visitors. So thank you for joining us, Diane. And then last but not least is my lovely boss, Christy Geiken. She is our business development manager for Revolution Mortgage. She's been on the beach for a while and has worked with a lot of partners in our area. Hey, Christy.
Hey, good morning.
All right, let me just turn up my volume a little bit to make sure that everybody can hear you guys good. All right, so we're gonna get started here. And I wanted to start it with you, Diane. I wanted to see, with all the different changes and regulations happening, can you touch on how the chamber is helping our area and working with the businesses and especially the hotels to adapt to what is happening?
Sure. Well, I think one of the biggest things we're trying to do is communicate daily with all of our members and the business community and our visitors. Or, the visitors that typically were here. We're constantly providing updates and trying to provide assistance. So we have a pretty active communications team that is really sifting through all of this rapidly changing information and trying to translate it and communicate that out to our members via email, dedicated kind of COVID, coronavirus pages on our websites, through social media and more. It's pretty much been a 24/7 job, as you know, with all of these changes. We want to really make sure that we can kind of keep our members up to date with this and answer a lot of the questions. So we have FAQs that we're constantly developing and revising and refining. And then in addition to that, we're also going out and really trying to advocate, get clarifications on those things. And then I think another part of it is education. So, with a lot of the small business, the CARES Act and everything that's come out recently, we're reaching out to partners. We're hosting webinars much like this on a regular basis. I think we have one coming up at 11:30. We had one yesterday. We're directing people to a webinar that Congressman Tom Rice will have on Thursday. Anything that we can do to help get the experts available for our business community and be there to answer those questions and get some clarifications and much needed assistance.
Yeah, well, that's great, because I know that a lot of people are going to lean on the chamber at this time to kind of look to them to see what do we do next. So that's fantastic. They're getting all that information out here. You see my assistant kind of came in for a second, my husband, which he's not going to want to be known as my assistant, but that's okay. I'm going to try to straighten this out a little bit just so it's not moving around as much. So bear with me for one more minute. It's better for you guys than everyone to see you guys than to see me. So let's change this up a little bit.
And I think I'll add while you're doing that.
Yes, perfect.
One of the other things we're doing is communicating with our visitors and fans. We do, obviously, there were a lot of people visiting this area when all of this kind of was evolving because it was spring break time. We do have a dedicated page on our visitmyrtlebeach.com website, and we have active call center staff that are ready to serve and help our visitors with all of their questions via social media, our website chat, emails that come in line, and obviously calls. So we're constantly working with them to make sure that they have a lot of those frequently asked questions as well. And then we're trying to help even facilitate some questions and issues that arise between businesses. You know, we have a lot of customers who have been trying to postpone their vacations and reschedule their bookings with hotels. They have questions on how they go about that process, refunds. So we're trying to help facilitate that as much as possible and connect, you know, and be that in between when needed to let a property know that there's some challenges or some questions there, and vice versa. And then we're trying to make sure our hotels and attractions have all the information they have. And then while our visitors can't be here right now, we're trying to share some sunshine with them. So giving them a little bit of a taste of the beach while they're at home, whether that's sharing beautiful pictures of waves, just making sure we're top of mind. People want to be here; they know they can't, but we want to make sure that we can bring a little bit of sunshine to their day.
Well, that's great.
Whether that's virtual experiences, and then as we have a lot of restaurateurs on this call, we've created pages on that as well. Whether it's Facebook groups that have all of the restaurants that are offering takeout, dining, delivery. We're still getting updates and reaching out to as many restaurants as we can throughout the Grand Strand to provide those updates on our websites, on that Facebook group, and more. So,
well, with that said, I wanted to kind of throw it over to either Jamie or Brown. If you guys want to touch on the whole idea of changing your business to curbside takeout. I mean, clearly that's not any restaurateur's main focus. So how do you adapt to that? And how do you make sure that the food quality is still there, that if they got it in your restaurant or they're eating it on their kitchen table? So who wants to take it first?
I'll go. When places started changing and all the stuff with the virus was coming through, I started cutting down my inventory ahead of time because I had an idea that this might happen. So by Wednesday, when we got the announcement that we had to close, I already had a smaller inventory, but my main focus was to make sure that, you know, after a couple of days, I went through all inventory, anything that was about to expire, you know, past the tech regulations, we got rid of it. I just wanted to make sure that everyone, you know, that came in still got the freshest product and stuff like that. And we've had to rearrange the kitchen a little bit, and I've had to combine grills, and, you know, we don't turn on all the equipment all day, and some of the refrigerators got combined, and the first few days I was spent forth. I'm like, this is silly, you know, and I had to kind of adapt and just combine everything. And we make smaller portions of everything now, you know, change some of the recipes to only make, you know, enough for one day, and just little things like that, just to ensure customer safety and quality of food. That's my biggest concern because, you know, we're not using a lot of stuff now, and I've had to throw a lot of stuff away, unfortunately, but it's, you know, that's what I have to do to make sure that everything I serve here is still fresh and as good as it always is. So, and unfortunately, you know, my staff hasn't been able to come in, but we still have a couple people coming in every couple days just to help. And we've been doing a lot of spring cleaning. I think there's no more corners left to be cleaned in this kitchen, and trying to make the best of it, and stuff that we don't normally have time to do, take the grills apart and stuff like that you can't do because you're cooking on them every single day, or the cooler's full and it's hard to clean the corners and find all the shelves and stuff. So I've been taking the opportunity to fix things and stuff like that.
That's great. What do you have a comment on that, Brown? How you guys are doing over there at 44th and King?
You know, we've shifted from a full-scale inside dining experience to takeout, and you know, we did like Jamie. We cut back our ordering. We leaned up. We started looking at our top sellers and limiting our menu to, you know, what our top sellers were, and then offering like a family-style dinner that's moderately priced. You know, you can feed a family of 4. We've been leaning on folks like Andy with A&A, because you can do, you know, a lot of the bigger purveyors, you get where you have to do a truckload order or a large order, and with Andy, they've allowed some split cases and some things like that, so we can keep our produce as fresh as possible. We've changed our hours up. You know, we've been doing this, I think, now 3.5 weeks. So we've been looking at what the optimum hours were. We're also doing the cleanup and everything else. And we're doing delivery. So, I mean, we've gotten away from just curbside. We picked up Chow Now. So we're trying to do everything we can to be more accessible to our community, to our patrons. And we're, you know, as far as leaning up on expenses, trying to keep our staff going. Hopefully this CARE stimulus will keep us through, you know, help us get through all of this, where we keep our staff. Because, you know, that's going to be the problem on the other end of this, is that once we open up for business, you know, we don't know where J1 students are coming in. So we're trying to hold on to as much of our staff as possible. And they are family. So, you know, we want to deliver a great product, a great experience, and we're augmenting to the times.
Well, and I love especially adapting and getting the family package of food. You know, we picked up that a couple times, and it's so nice because it is a little bit different. It comes in the tin area, and you can bring it in and you can feed it, and that way then it's easier to kind of feed, and it's more normal for our kids. I mean, I know, Chrissy, you've been talking about trying to keep the normalcy for your kids as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our kids know. You know, they know that this is not the norm. You know, something's going on. But we're trying to keep them involved and, you know, focus more on the way that we can bless other people, or the positives, find the positives, and how we can help others. And what they've been loving is that it's kind of a treat for them, because they get to alternate who chooses our takeout. So, you know, they get really excited about it. And, you know, we've been dropping off produce boxes or getting an extra bag of takeout, you know, for a neighbor or someone that we don't think could get out necessarily.
Oh, and I love that. That's so sweet. And you touched on it, but I wanted to give Andy a minute to talk about, I mean, you are servicing our entire area. You know, the hotels that Diane touched on, both Jamie and Brown. And so obviously you've seen a brunt of it. You're here, you're on the front lines with them, kind of fighting for everything. And how have you helped them? And then how are you adapting yourself at A&A? I mean, I know a lot of people have heard about it. We've showcased it on our pages, but some of the things you're doing has been awesome in creating a whole new revenue stream that you can keep up with after this.
Yeah, our main thing that we've had to do here was adapt. You know, from Tuesday of St. Patrick's Day, whenever the governor put that thing into place for us, my heart kind of stopped. This is about the 4th or 5th generation from Horry County. My whole life's been involved in the hospitality industry, from U.S. food service to cooking. My degree's in culinary arts. The only thing I really know is food and the beach and this business. And it's really devastating for me. We're doing a I'm sure as Jamie and Brown's doing, everybody's just doing a small portion of the business we're accustomed to doing, that we're built to do. It's been a long winter. It's our springtime. We should be busting it right now and getting ahead of the game. And it's really hard. And Tuesday, me and Emily were hanging out, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Well, we got close to $100,000 worth of crap back there. We got to get rid of in a week, or it'll be going in the trash. Some potatoes and onions will hang out, but for the most part, we needed to liquidate a lot of stuff and try to do the best we can. And selling the boxes to the community was great, being able to help us get rid of stuff, get our name out there. It's also led us to a whole nother business model that I think we're going to continue to do even after this settles back down. The random produce boxes that people really appreciated. Now we're going to their communities and going to different communities throughout the neighborhood, throughout the county, and dropping off boxes. And that's really been a big push for us. We're doing a little bit of regular business, but I think if you weren't designed for this, or you weren't built for to-go stuff, it's very hard. And I commend everyone. Some of my customers, I feel like they're my friends. I've been doing business with them for 20 years, and it's just really devastating to see the effects of what's going on. But we're just trying. Like Dave said, I reduced my inventory. Unfortunately for us, we're buying produce sometimes 10, 14 days out. So when we buy the products out in California and Idaho or Mexico, wherever we're getting it from, it's ours. And so it's ours. And then, we had to figure out how to liquidate a lot of the stuff that we had and reduce our inventory. And now, I think, as Brown had said, the people, the employees. June will be 19 years we've been in business. I think in 2008 I had to lay off a couple of employees, and 2 weeks ago was the first time I really had to lay off anybody, and that was devastating for me. And just trying to get skinny and trying to figure it out as we go, adapt. I've been telling my kids kind of got to be very liquid, be like water. And I threw some on the counter one day, and I was like, "Yeah, it just went everywhere." And they were like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, that's what you got to do right now." And we're all just adapting and trying to make it happen.
That's definitely a great analogy. And I was going to say, yeah, Brown, I was like, you guys have both been here for a long time, and I'd love to get your, tell me your comment, and then if you could give us a little bit of, you guys have all seen the beach go big highs and big lows, and so where do you see us coming out on the other side of this?
What I was going to talk about and follow up with what Andy was saying was that, and I will give a shout out to my wife about this. One of the things that has really stressed Bill and I and other restaurateurs and other operators, in the purveyor business, is that this was an open-ended thing. We really didn't know what the timeline was. So how do you, when you don't know the end plan, just sort of flying at the wheel every day. And I think with what City Council, City Brenda, with going ahead and doing the shutdown of the hotels, let's get on top of this thing and try to be proactive instead of reactive. We now, as operators in this market, we can sort of plan on the end of April, start, and hopefully sooner, starting to gear up for the year. One of the nice things the state did with DOR and allowing us to sell beer and wine to go, that's allowed our patrons to be able to get especially craft beers and the boutique wines and stuff like that we're carrying that you don't see at other places. They can build their own 6-pack. They can buy a growler if they want a draft beer to take home, and then get a bottle of wine. And we're doing some discounts on that just to move inventory. As far as, and I think Andy will go along with me, from Hugo to January in the 70s and 80s here, this is something no one's seen. To ride around at night when the roads are worse than January and February, it's a different animal. The future, I think, is great because Myrtle Beach is a drive-in destination. I think that a lot of people are going to come out of here on the other side of this thing with, unfortunately, less jingle in their pocket. And they may, instead of taking a big trip, they may do 3 or 4 weekends down here, which always helps our market. I mean, I think 3.5, 4 days by chamber stats is the average stay now. So if we can get that business up and running again, and we can bring in as much tourism as we possibly can, I think that'll be the best thing. The chef food, what do you think?
Hello, buddy. What's up, man? How you doing? Surviving. No doubt.
Well, that's what we can all hope for is that anyone that was going to make a big trip, maybe that's not something in the cards right now. So let's still get up and get out of here and leave our house for a few days and make the trip to Myrtle Beach and see that. And I love, what Diane's saying is creating those virtual experiences. So now they have some time, they're sitting at home, they can plan it out. We put it out there like, I want to go to this restaurant, I want to go to this attraction, we want to go to this place, and really kind of see the different places that you can be. So being really relevant on social media is always kind of popular anyway, but to help people kind of plan their trip, especially. Diane, what do you think as far as the chamber side? I mean, I know you guys are really kind of adapting and trying to grow that side, but have you heard anything or seen? I know that they're really pushing, don't cancel, just postpone and reschedule. Where are they rescheduling then for May and June, or are we looking more, our fall time?
I think I think that's constantly changing. But basically what we've seen is that there's in demand for summer. And what I've heard from some hotels is that people have been still booking for summer. As we get closer to that and if uncertainty continues to loom, I think we will see that continue to shift. That's, as Brown said, we just don't know what the end date is to this. So we have to be ready to pivot. But know that at the chamber, we are going to have a recovery plan ready to go. And that when it is, when it is safe to kind of have that message out there to make sure we're inviting people back, we will be doing that.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, definitely invite them back, come back multiple weekends, especially if the hotels are reaching out to the people that are just staying for one weekend. You stayed this time, come back at the end of the season as well and split your time, which is great. Jamie, I wanted to ask you, I know that your employees, you touched on this, but kind of keeping up with all your employees. I mean, this is a tough time for anyone in the hospitality industry, especially the employees that are, deemed that they're fighting for every nickel and dime of a tip that, you have someone coming in. So right now, where are the heads of your servers at? If you can kind of even think about wrapping your mind about it.
They're all pretty scared right now. They're all holding real strong. Hopefully that the stimulus that comes through is going to help everyone and get everyone to be able to, pay a couple bills or, hopefully, maybe go out and do a little shopping, groceries and stuff like that. But I know a lot of them are very nervous and scared and they're just waiting impatiently to come back. We had a really good February, and March was really kicking off real nice, and everyone was working, back to working full time, working, 5 days a week, some of them 6 days a week, and even in the kitchen too. We were already getting overtime hours and stuff like that, and so everyone just really got, hit really hard, and everyone's just trying to stay positive. I've seen some of them, they came to get their last couple checks. Everyone's just doing the same thing, just waiting and stay positive. And if they needed anything from here, some of them came in and I gave them, a gallon of milk like that because I had it anyway or it was going to go bad. So trying to do stuff like that. I gave a couple of them that came the first couple of days, a box of produce. They were here. I asked if they wanted anything, and so they were happy with that. So we're just all waiting now at this point. So I have 3 people taking turns working, and at our other location is like the same thing. So we're just trying to do the best we can.
Yeah, that's good. How about you, Brown? You've heard from your employees. I mean, they're all like family to both of you. These are people that you work with and on an everyday basis, you know, year to year, and you know, keeping them to make sure that they're available then when you're ready to get going again, right?
You know, they're like family. I mean, you know, this was the heartbreak. Like Andy was saying, it was a gut punch to have to go in and talk to you folks. But you know, I've never seen what gives me such I guess, a great feeling in a bad circumstance is the understanding that they've had. They know that we're all in it together. And I mean, they're coming in, and these guys are coming in and doing stuff off the clock just because they want to be here. It's a family environment. You know, they're all signing up to do delivery, coming in and doing some cleaning when we need them. And they're all ready to go back to work. They just need, you know, they need to have, just like everybody else, you know, give me the rules. I know how to play the game. And I think that's where it was a little delay in that. I'm glad that we made the move that we did. I'm glad to know that we can sort of plan towards the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
And we can bring our family back to work. And I mean, folks that have come in and bought gift certificates, T-shirts, the delivery orders. I mean, we've had some folks that had $40 delivery orders and have done $100 tips because they know what these kids are going through. And I mean, I can't say enough about the community, our patrons, our staff. You know, we are Myrtle Beach strong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. I mean, everyone coming together and really trying to put it out there. I mean, I know we don't eat out that much. I mean, my husband tells me that we should try not to eat out that much, just, you know, budget conscious, but we do what we can. And so we go out, you know, 2 times a week at least and, you know, and grab something. I have not left the house very often, but he brings it home to us, which is great. Or, you know, we go and take a ride because we don't try to expose the girls as much as we can. So we take a ride out, and it's nice that we can get it curbside or delivery. And, you know, really adding that extra little tip definitely means the world to those people. So I'm really glad that the community is doing that. And it's good to hear that there's some hope there at the end. Well, I kind of want to wrap up here a little bit. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I wanted to see if there's kind of one little tidbit that each one of you kind of want to drop. Go ahead, Jamie. I know you're itching.
I just want to remind everyone that tomorrow's Autism Awareness Month starts, and we're going to be sharing our stories like we always do on the Facebook pages. It doesn't matter. Not that it doesn't matter, but I know there's a lot going on, but I hope everyone can read the post and learn a little bit about autism and share them. And I got some really awesome kids this month, and I've been working on the stories. So tomorrow we're going to start with my son James, and every day is going to be a new kid. Some of them going to be updates from last year, and some brand new children that I'm featuring for the first time this year. So I hope everyone goes on to any of our pages and reads about them. So I'm really excited about that. It's keeping my spirits up because we're not going to be able to raise money this year, but maybe we can raise some awareness, even more awareness than usual. So that's what I'm hoping. And we're open 8 to 1 every day.
Well, I love that. I mean, your advocacy for that is awesome. And then the spirit to kind of just keep it going through regardless what's happening in everyone's lives and everything. You know, we can count on that to see those smiling faces and hear their stories. And really, if you want to look at like resilience and adapting and learning, I mean, that's definitely every single one of these families has, you know, done that. And so you know that, you know, there's hope and you can easily do this. And so hopefully, I mean, you guys do amazing fundraising all year round. So hopefully in the years or the months to come, we can boost up some fundraising for that, which is great. Diane or Brown or Andy, you guys have any last minute comments?
I mean,
go ahead, Brown.
You know, we've started now. We've shifted our times where we were normally from 10:30 to 11 or whenever. We're going to be open 7 days a week from 11 to 8 for takeout. Our staff some of our bar staff's coming in, and we're going to be doing some videos on how to make some of our craft cocktails, how to do some of our craft syrups. So you can look for that. come enjoy Southern hospitality and stay thirsty, y'all.
The only thing I really wanted to add in is, like everyone said, the support of the community has been awesome. I rode through downtown Myrtle Beach yesterday. I left my parents' house on the south end of the beach and rode all the way up to 82nd. And it's devastating. And we're going to make it through it, like Brown was saying, and the community helping out. And for us, we've cut stuff back. We're still out delivering 6 days a week, trying to get the stuff to the customers that need it. So if anybody is out there in the restaurant business and you've kind of been let down or whatever the right word is for your frog hunters, or they're not delivering, we're right here in Myrtle Beach. We deliver twice a day. Call it till 12:30 in 12:30 today and get it delivered this afternoon. So we're still doing the wholesale stuff, but the produce boxes is really what's able to help us keep one or two more employees working. And so we're doing those here from 9 to 2, Monday through Saturday. And then we have our pickup partners at Crooked Oak and Conway, all the Mellow Mushrooms, Groucho's Deli, Boat House, and now we're at Bowie's in North Myrtle Beach. So, just do what y'all can do. Try to buy some dinner from places and get a box, and everybody just try to help out. We'll get through it, I hope.
Yeah, that's definitely a good sign of hope.
Yeah, I agree. Get out there and get some takeout. I know I've enjoyed it too. And then I would say, for us, we're trying to keep everyone up to date. So I would say check out MyrtleBeachAreaChamber.com or MyrtleBeachAreaCVB.com. We have regular updates there. We're sharing all kinds of resources, trying to translate and simplify that information that's changing rapidly and is often very complex. There's a lot of webinars. All of our educational in-person events have all been canceled as well for the next month. But we still have events. They're just going to be happening virtually, similar to this. So check it out. And then also keep us up to date on what you all have going on, whether it's updated offerings and services as we have been sharing with a lot of the restaurants. And if you have questions, let us know. Let us know how we can help, because we want to be here to help.
Thank you.
Christy, you want to comment?
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for being here with us this morning. We know you're really busy, and for investing in our community too. I love listening to all of you, and the changes and adaptations that you've made. Your positivity and resilience is so inspiring, and how you've made changes throughout all of this. And to everyone that's listening, our audience, this is the time more than ever to support each other and to support our community. So it would be great if everyone could celebrate Takeout Tuesday and go visit your favorite business, small business, or restaurant that's open today, safely, of course. And, grab a bag of takeout, or even,
We're adapting.
We now know your ringtone.
It works.
I don't see anything.
No, you're good. We see you.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll keep acting like I can see. But to grab an extra bag of takeout or an extra box of produce and drop it off to a neighbor or someone that you, maybe can't get out and about and pick it up for themselves. Kindness is contagious. So that's just thank you to all of you.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you as well. Your points are all so valid. And Brown, I love that you guys are going to start doing some mixology, because we're all stuck here in our houses. So a little bit of mixology goes a long way. I know I'll never be able to make it as good as your mixologist can, but so that'll just make me eager to go and see and taste it to make sure that see if I even got remotely close to how the experts do it. And I just want to thank you guys, because you guys are on the forefront of fighting for a huge population here in Myrtle Beach, and keeping us going and keeping us positive, and knowing that we will be stronger. We've adapted. Andy, you have a whole new revenue stream that you can get us in the public, fresh produce, which is phenomenal. and just adapting to different ways that we can do stuff throughout the whole Grand Strand. So thank you all for taking the time with us today and sharing with us not only just your expertise in your field, but your love for our area. So I really appreciate it. And I just want to invite everybody. We're going to be doing these meetings with extraordinary minds. I say with extraordinary minds because I don't count myself in that. And I love hearing from all of you. So we're going to have them twice a week now. Our next one is going to be Thursday at 9 a.m. with it's going to be our financial edition. So we have some great minds in the financial world that are going to kind of give you some tips and tricks of what's going on and how we can keep moving and keep adapting and keep thriving. So just say thank you to everyone. Don't forget, it is Takeout Tuesday, so this was a fitting conversation. Get out there, get your takeout, and share with the world where you're having it and how delicious it is, and thank the restaurateurs in our area for still being out there with us and saving us, all of us home cooks, from our own selves at least a couple times a week. So you guys have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank y'all.
I'm going to turn it around. Have a great day.